Hello, everybody, and welcome to That Real Texas Team podcast number 27. And we're going to be talking about game 4 and the joint practices a little bit with the Rams. And we're going to be talking about, because roster cutdown's right around the corner, we're going to be talking about who's making the final 53 and that practice squad. With me tonight, Mike. He was with us last episode. You need to check out his videography and photography channel over on YouTube, Mass 3 Productions. A big fan of his stuff. And then newcomer to the channel as well, from That Crazy Podcast and Talk, Chris Freeland. Boys, how are we doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. Always throwing my H's up no matter what.
Yes, sir. What I like, if it works, we'll see if it's going to work. There it goes.
Oh, yeah. I forget that.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I love doing it. Whenever I'm at home, because I have a Mac studio. So whenever I go live, that's the first thing I'm doing.
Hell yeah. We're going to be talking a lot about individual players tonight. We're going to be talking a little bit about risers and fallers. So go ahead, hit the like, subscribe button. We're at 88 subscribers at the time of this recording. So I'd like to see that number get to 100 before the season starts. So hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. And please go check out these gentlemen and their individual efforts. Chris, if I'm not mistaken, you review music, right?
I review music. I've made my own YouTube channel that I'm trying to review sports. We've been having since the hurricane, a lot of it's been going on, so we've been trying to pick things back up. But we review a little bit of everything. So mostly music and a lot of local music. So
okay,
but we review local music and we talk about just everything. Talk about everything but politics.
Good way to keep it.
Yeah, smart man. Well, look, let's talk about something that's almost as uncomfortable as politics. Let's talk about how Dameon Pierce is about as underwhelming as you can get right now. They didn't even play him in this final game, which kind of implies to me that he's like a lock for the roster.
That's the telltale sign of what it looked like for me as well. Even though to a point, D'Amico damn near told us the man was making the team.
Yeah.
Some of us were still questioning whether D'Amico was coach speaking or was he telling the truth. I think he was telling the truth.
I think you're right. Chris?
Yeah, I agree. I honestly don't have anything to add to that. And as far as the thing about it is, like I say, preseason, as long as he's not fumbling the ball and he's taking care of the ball, my opinion, like I say, on the preseason, I think it's good for the reps. He might go out there and have a breakout season like he did his rookie year.
Yep.
Wouldn't that be nice?
You know, it would be. He had high hopes, and you know, he was really, he was running back one coming into the season, and when that changed, we saw the improvement when that changed with the team. Whenever he wasn't running back one anymore, that's just my opinion on it. I think he had some okay spots in the beginning. I'm not really sure.
Yeah,
but
well, I think the switch to inside the zone scheme really messed him up. I don't think he's ever been a part of that, and he's not used to improvising. I feel like the zone schemes it's a lot of improv. You're kind of waiting on stuff to develop. You're looking and scanning. He's used to 26 blast.
Go.
You're going in this hole.
just go.
I'm actually thinking part of the reason why he's going to be a part of the team is because I think the Texans almost know for a fact if they let him go to another team, they're going to regret it.
Yeah.
He's going to figure it out. And that's the one hope I think everybody's crossing their fingers and hoping is that, hey, Damien's going to figure it out at some point.
Apparently he's got a monster pass block grade.
Yes. The thing is, I've seen him in practice. The guy that's in practice, he's hitting holes. You can see him making decisions. You can see him spinning. You can see all the things that you saw his rookie year. Game time situation, Curtis, me and you talked about it before. I think game time, some of it is definitely on the offensive line. To where in practice, the offensive line looks better. But, nah.
Yeah.
Don't cut him. At this point, unless one of these other running backs that you have on the roster, other than these top 4 or whoever you think the 4 is going to be, unless one of those just really blew away the competition, I don't see a reason to cut Dameon Pierce. That's just why I'm saying.
Yeah. I feel like that's going to kind of make a tough decision because British Brooks played pretty well this preseason. Jaws Jordan, obviously a rookie. He's got a little bit more top end speed than Dameon does, but I think he's a little smaller. Probably doesn't fit the pass blocking kind of vibe that Dameon Pierce does.
And speaking on that, I think there's a slim chance British Brooks might make this roster as a fullback.
Oh, yeah.
Troy Harrison looked like crap that last game.
Didn't we just get a fullback though from somewhere?
Andrew Beck.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Guy we signed like last week.
Oh, Bodden. He was
He's a roster body. That's all.
Yeah, he's a camp body.
Yeah,
because Dalton Keene got put on IR.
If he's not cut practice squad at best, Andrew Beck is the guy that needs to look out. But I actually think Andrew Beck might end up going on IR to begin the season too.
Yeah.
And like I said, Troy Harrison, if I'm not mistaken, had 4 or 5 holding penalties in one game. If that don't speak unemployed, I don't know what does.
Yeah. It's kind of been downhill since he had that one really clean block on Derwin James and Dameon Pierce had that 75-yard touchdown run.
Yep.
But
and that's what I think because I think they saw some things in British Brooks that they liked, and I think there's a chance he doesn't make it through waivers to stay with the Texans on the practice squad.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, but LeGarrette Blount started his career having an explosive preseason with the Titans. And then they cut him, and he goes down to Tampa Bay and has, I think just a little bit over 1,000 yards as a rookie and is like jumping over people, putting on a show down there in Tampa.
Yeah, I remember that guy.
Yeah, that could be a little bit of what we're going to see with British Brooks because there are some running back hungry teams in the NFL right now. Dallas, just down the street, looking for any running back. I mean, hell, they brought back.
They keep bringing him back, and oh Lord, and it bothers me because he's gonna stay on the team. He's not. Did he even play in the preseason? I know he didn't play their last game.
I don't know.
I don't recall.
I looked, and I only looked because I was trying to figure out why I'm looking at why Trey Lance was still in the game and throwing 5 interceptions. I apologize, not trying to get off subject, but I saw that and I didn't understand. I know it was preseason, but I just didn't understand why he was still in the game with 5 interceptions. So I'm hitting my phone. It really bothers me. Like I don't understand what's going on there. That just made no sense to me.
Put it a good way where I think about it. I think Ezekiel Elliott and Odell Beckham are pulling the same finesse.
Yeah.
I don't think either one of them actually have any real football left in them. From what I'm hearing about Odell in Miami, he hasn't taken a snap in practice or anything. They haven't even seen the guy.
No, what he had like 2,000 yards last year. Like he didn't have any yards. Like he had no, and I'm probably giving him too many. Like it sounds bad. Yeah, he played with Baltimore.
He had
nobody can remember him catching a pass.
I think he had like 500 yards or something.
Oh man, so I gave him too much.
He had 500.
When I said I didn't mean to say 2,000. I didn't even mean to say 2,000. I meant to say like 200. That's what I meant to say. I apologize.
Okay. No, you're good.
I meant to say 200. Lord.
But that's what's it's a finesse.
Yeah.
Ezekiel knows Jerry Jones. He hugs him. He eats at his house.
Yep.
Now he eats in his house.
Again.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Did nothing in New England.
Literally nothing.
That's why I said finesse and a paycheck.
Yep. All right. Well, look, there's another decision to be made in the quarterback room, and that's for quarterback 3. D'Amico Ryan says that quarterback 1 and 2 are pretty well locked up with C.J. Stroud and Davis Mills, respectively. So Boyle or Keenum for QB3? I'm sticking with Keenum if it's me.
I will say this. You remember just last week I was talking about the fact that I couldn't watch Tim Boyle play another down of football.
Yeah.
He changed my mind a little bit. I'm still a Keenum guy. I still expect that. But I now think that there might be a place for him practice squad wise. Because I don't, if Keenum's our backup quarterback, I'm probably going to stab my eyes out. Because at this point, I would much rather watch Davis Mills every day, any day. But yes, the 3 is still going to be Keenum, but I actually have a newfound respect for who Tim Boyle is.
Yeah. He did look pretty solid. There was a lot of really on target passes that were broken up and just really not made a play on a couple different times. But
and then it's a couple that Case left Xavier Hutchinson out the hang.
Oh yeah, there was that near interception that Case threw, like basically threw it right at the defender, and John Mechie's running deep down the seam, and it based on the pass, I'm like, what? You weren't even trying to get it to him. Like, where were like the trajectory of the ball was like a fucking.
I rewatched that game today, and I saw that play, and I was like, who the hell was he throwing the ball to?
He literally was trying to throw it at John.
Case Keenum's always been a very safe quarterback. He's always been a safe quarterback. I know he's been a starter. I know he was here before. We drafted him, right?
He was undrafted
free agent.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember, but regardless of the fact, I do agree on the Case Keenum factor. Not because I think he's better than Tim Boyle, but I also agree with the fact that he has been. He used to throw the ball to Stephon Diggs. That's a big thing in my book. That familiarity. That's a big reason for me. I'm just. Sometimes it can't all be about how good a person is. Sometimes just he might be able to give CJ a pointer. Of course, we know he's not a better quarterback than CJ. We're not even going to go there. But he did win us a game when we needed him to last year.
Did he really win us that game?
Come on, man. I gotta. You know how this works, man. When they win, the quarterback gets the praise. You know that's how it works.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you know that's how it works. I thought they were gonna lose too. I know. I understand.
Well, I will say this. I think I brought this up last time, but quarterback coach. Yeah, that's his future. His future might be coming sooner than what you think, because I think Tim Boyle might have actually impressed the coaches a little bit more than they expected. They want to keep Case, like you said, Case's familiarity with Stephon Diggs, the fact that they are friends, they're not just acquaintances, they're friends that might help, but keep them in the building, keep that mind in the building, because if nothing, that man's, how many teams Case can play for? We all lost count. That means it's a different offense he's had to learn everywhere he went.
Yep. And he's had like modicums of success at different spots.
Mm-hmm.
He's won a game at least every uniform he's ever worn. So I mean, that's something that you could draw from at the very least.
You're a veteran.
Yeah. I mean, shit, he's like 38, 37.
Might well be.
To a point to where so I thought about. I've caught a pass from Case Keenum.
Yeah.
That tells me something. Oh God. Time flies. Like I said, he's a veteran. He's another Josh McNown.
Yeah.
You've seen it all, done it all.
True. Very true. I actually haven't made a proper overlay for this with 3 people, but risers and fallers is what we're doing right now. So it might be a little difficult for Chris because he didn't watch as much, but who was somebody that stuck out of the game that you think improved their stock that maybe we haven't touched on yet?
Xavier Hutchinson.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I liked him before because I feel like down the stretch he caught big passes. If that like just towards the end of the season he was catching big passes. I'm rooting for John Mechie,
Yeah.
but I cannot tell you if his stock has risen or fallen. He is a very hard person to grade.
Yeah.
He's extremely hard to grade, and I don't want to talk bad about him because I do not know what he has experienced and what he has gone through. And like I say, these guys do things that I wish that I can do. So I can't say anything. The man gets out there and goes to work, every day. So I have high hopes for him. But as far as anybody from last year to this year, because everybody else, I think they're about the same. A person who I have like full confidence in, who I didn't have full confidence in when we drafted him, was Derek Stingley. I did not have full confidence in him just because like he got hurt. It sounds bad, but when you come in as a rookie, like Tank Dell got hurt because he was somewhere he shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
There's a difference there. Don't put him ever there ever again. The man's 160 pounds. But Derek Stingley, he was very injury prone in my opinion when he first came in, and it really has you thinking like, man, should we have really taken Sauce Gardner? It makes you have that thought. Don't have that thought anymore. He especially last year. I thought last year he was great. I thought he was stupendous. Even in a playoff game, which I was at, I thought he was stupendous. But other than that, those are my only ones who like I said, everybody else, it's about the same to me because I really didn't get to see too much. Even what I did see, it's not enough. It's just not enough for me to see because you're trying to get a lot of these guys playing time.
Yeah.
I will say there was one person that caught my eye this last game that I wasn't sure about where his place was with the team at all, and that's probably Ali Gay, the defensive end.
Yep.
I think this last game might have put him on the team. I think he's going to be one of the rotation defensive ends with Jerry Hughes and, of course, Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson. I think he's in there because he showed that he has a motor. He's running. He's hard as hell to block. We already knew he was big, but the man showed something. And he's actually been playing pretty decent all preseason. So,
yeah, he has been playing pretty solid. I think it's his second year with us, if I'm not mistaken.
And he was a project. He was one of those guys. He'd only been playing football like 2 years.
Yeah, and we still have Derek Barnett on the roster as well.
Yeah, him as well. Yeah.
So I mean, we have a pretty flush edge rushing group right there.
Man. That's why I was a little nervous for Ali. I was like, man, I know he's been working hard. He's actually been training with Will Anderson. He's a person that's been in the gym all summer with Will.
Okay.
So,
hell yeah. Good on him. Good on him. All right. Well, for me, we've kind of talked about him already a little bit with British Brooks. And as a running back where you're coming in where there's already a number one, there's pretty much so it seems already a number two, and there's really just a battle for 3 and 4, and you're making it so tight to the point where people are like, maybe he's the fullback now.
They're trying to find a spot for him.
Yeah, exactly.
That spot that they don't even get used anymore, but we will find it.
Well, we I think I read something earlier today that the Texans last season used the fullback like 23% of the time, which is like top 5 in the league.
Well, if you look at it, that Shanahan offense, there's always a fullback on the field. They might call him an H-back, but he's there.
Yeah. Juszczyk was huge for the 49ers back in the Broncos days with Papa Shanahan. I think it was like Mike Anderson or something like that. And then when Allstott left Tampa, he actually went up to Denver for a couple seasons. Same thing with John Lynch. All right, well, look, let's talk some fallers then. Who's falling precipitously? Who's losing ground? Somebody for me who I thought was losing a lot of ground is Robert Woods. Not because of poor play. I think he can still get up and go. I just think that these younger guys are putting a better foot forward than for cheaper. Yeah. I mean, he's in the last year of a 2-year, $15 million deal, clears up some cap space. He's a locker room guy. That's why he was brought in last season. So I feel like that might be a huge reason why he would stay if he stays. But I mean, if you're keeping the top four as Diggs, Collins, Tank Dell, Noah Brown, and you're only going to keep 6, maybe 7 wide receivers, then what? Hutch, maybe Mechie, or Robert Woods?
And Steve, we can't forget Steven Sims.
Yeah, well, Sims had some pretty good moments the other day, but I just don't think he brings enough versatility to the wide receiver room. He's a phenomenal return man, but I don't think he's quite well enough versed to make a dent on that.
It's one of those things to where I agree with you. Like I love Robert Woods. I love what he does for this team. There's part of me that certain times I was like, cut Noah Brown.
Yeah.
Noah can't stay healthy anyway.
Right. It's true.
It's probably going to be Robert that gets cut. Oh, and that other guy that was going to be one of my followers, Ben Scarani. I think he's cut.
Yeah, I think so too. It's not good when they got you wearing number 26 as a wide receiver. It's just not a good sign.
When they were handing out numbers, you got here late.
Yeah, for real. You remember last year it was we had Cole Beasley or something like that, wearing like 33.
Oh, yeah,
that was rough. Anybody else got a faller?
I personally don't. To be honest, the ones you said y'all touched on, and as far as I feel like everyone else, I feel like it's extremely hard to judge that with the fact of when we went into last season, I feel like a lot of people, not just CJ, surprised us so much that it's extremely hard to judge who's really going to do better and who's going to do worse, because it just came out of nowhere. It's not a surprise that it happened or anything like that, but it just came out of nowhere. And like I say, I don't know if you guys were at the playoff game with Cleveland.
Oh, I was there.
But man, like when I tell you, we went to go get a beer, and there was so much just going on. I missed like 2 or 3 touchdowns just going to go get a beer.
Yeah.
Like not even trying to, I want to feel like I'm over it, but like we were just going to go get a beer. And the little TVs, they're lagging behind, so you don't really see it. So all you hear is the crowd, and it sucks because you hear the crowd screaming,
and you can't find a reason.
And you can't see it. Like it's a good thing, but you can't see it. And it's just, it was just incredible. And that's why I say I'm so happy we retained Dalton Schultz. It's just
we don't have the drama that they do in Dallas. We kept Nico. We paid Nico before it became a problem.
Yeah. And
I think a conversation's been had with Tank to where they're like, hey, when it comes time, Stefan's only temporary here.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, you're not wrong. Let me ask you this, because that just made me think about something. So what are the chances that Houston maybe kind of does this 3-headed monster thing on like they keep Dell and Collins for a while, but then they just kind of keep bringing in like a top flight third?
I think they're hoping for Mechie to turn the corner. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. That makes sense, honestly.
And what Xavier Hutchinson's been doing, they might be like, okay, we're going to hedge our bets. We got 2 guys that might be pretty good if we can get them the ball.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah. I'm hoping for Mitch, because I feel like, and not just, I felt like coming out of college, he was going to be, of course, didn't think that he was going to be, didn't he come out with the draft with Jamar Chase? He came out with Jamar Chase, right?
No, it was what's that kid's name? Jameson Williams.
Okay, so he came out in that draft.
If I'm not mistaken,
I thought he was
Metch was the year before
Jamar.
that.
I thought Metch came with Jamar Chase and them.
No, Jamar played with Joe Burrows, so they've been here for a while because he's arguing about his money now.
Yeah, which Mechie would be, but remember Mechie missed his whole rookie season. So last year
they still pay.
So last year, so this is his third season.
Yep. And this is Chase's fourth.
Okay.
Yeah. That checks out.
Time goes by so fast. You don't know what's going on halftime.
No, I feel you.
Either way it goes, I thought coming out of college he was going to be a good one. He was very highly talked about coming out of college, and then things happen. And one thing I do like about the organization, they are going to look out for players like that. Y'all remember Questenberry?
Mm-hmm.
Questenberry was on the team forever. And as a matter of fact, isn't he playing now? I think he's playing now.
Yeah, he's the right tackle for the Bills last season.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's still in the league, and I always thought that was great. I mean, obviously he never actually got the real chance here, but like I say, nobody knows what it is to go through something like that unless you went through that. And to play sports, and I can't stand those Facebook groups. They really anger me. They anger me because they talk bad about people that have more money than them. It just
one of the things I
see in the world.
Remind people is Stephon Diggs was a 5th round pick. And that's who Metchie reminds me of, if anybody, is a little bit of Diggs. It's not the biggest guy, not the smallest, not the fastest, but he's quick and his route running's good. He just had to fix those hands. So, like I said, if they gave Diggs a chance with all the different stuff he's done, I don't see any reason why Metch can't make an impact for this team. I was terrified to send him go to the Philadelphia Eagles because they were looking for receivers, and everybody was talking about trading Metch.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
I don't think
we have a strong wide receiver room.
Yes. I think top to bottom, I think we might have the strongest wide receiver room. There's some people on a Titans podcast that would probably disagree with us, but they can fall backwards down a staircase of dicks for all I
but they had to get our leftovers to even have that conversation. So
and the Jags leftovers. And the Jags.
Man, they paid that man so much money
to drop passes.
Gosh.
I'm excited. I can't wait.
I look at it like this. I think that, first of all, Nick Caserio, who everybody thought was just coming in here and doing a horrible job, I think especially this year, he's done a great job. You give Diggs a prove-it deal, basically a prove-it deal. Clear up his thing and a prove-it-year deal. Mm-hmm. You were able to either trade for or like I say, you were either able to trade for or able to sign free agents, to what I think were good contracts for them. I say, of course, we didn't get Saquon Barkley, whatever. Not mad about it. I like Joe Mixon. No problems with that whatsoever. I think we just need a solid running back. We don't need an ultimate running back. We just need a solid running back who can catch.
Yep.
That's it. A good solid 1-2 punch. And we got Cam Akers and we got Dameon Pierce. You put Dameon Pierce in there when the defense tired. When they tired of chasing mixing around, put Dameon Pierce in there and let him run somebody over. Like it's just I don't know, guys. I'm really excited for the season. Although the preseason, a lot of it's because the preseason's been these games that are in a weird time of the day, and I sleep during the day because I work at night. So I've missed a lot of the preseason games. But and question, we were talking about Dallas earlier. We taking trips, fellas? I will be going.
You going down there for that game?
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to convince my
yeah.
wife to either go with me or let me go. Say it like that.
Oh man. Oh no, she like mine, she ride with me. The only thing is I'm trying to convince her of if she go let me buy these tickets because they are expensive.
Yeah, dude.
I know our tickets went up, but they're still nowhere near.
I tell you, find me online. I got a guy that might be able to help you with that ticket problem.
I live in Tennessee, otherwise I would.
Yeah. Well, I'm here in Texas, but like I said, as you know, I'm a season ticket holder. I'm at every game all the time already. Convincing my wife, hey, let's just go to Dallas to go watch this game. And she hates the Cowboys almost as much as I do.
Nice.
Actually, no, she might hate them more.
I'm going to be honest. I don't even hate them, but my wife does. Like, I don't hate them, but they're not my team. Like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But
you must don't know many Cowboys fans. They'll make you hate anything.
No, I have friends that are Cowboys fans. But that's all we do is talk back and forth about them. That is all we do. They hate it. I've lived in Dallas for a little bit, but like I say, that's the only time I'm walking in their stadium is to watch the Texans play. I ain't going in there for no other reason.
Yeah.
I ain't going in there to watch them play. I put it like that. I rarely even turn their games on, to be honest. And I watch other teams, but I have no want to watch them because I honestly believe that every year I honestly think half their schedule is really easy anyway.
What I'll tell you this in that perspective, one of my best friends lives in Jacksonville. I went to go visit him in Jacksonville. They were giving away Jaguars tickets for free. I went to the game. It was the Jaguars versus the Titans, and I left before the end of the first quarter. That tells you how much it's football. I love football. Great. I even told my friend, me and him went to a bar and finished watching the game. There was a Texans game on at the same time. I'm going to choose the Texans every time.
Yep.
Regardless of whether it's in person. So I understand.
I completely agree.
I can't disagree with you guys at all. Let's shift gears here a little bit though. Okay. And then after this little segment, we'll wrap it up. I'm gonna throw out names from the roster. I want you to tell me keep, cut, or trade. Okay. I'm gonna throw out first one, defensive lineman Kurt Heinisch. Keep, cut, or trade.
Cut.
I want to say cut. I want to say trade, but we're gonna have to go cut. And I like them too. That's the bad part. I really
do
like
too,
them.
But both of the rookies they brought in have looked better than him.
Yeah.
So,
well, I think that you would almost have to cut him because Mario Edwards Jr. and Danico Autry are going to be playing predominantly your pass rush downs at defensive tackle. And then Fulleronzo Fotakasi is going to be your run stopping guy.
And
so, I mean,
we have somebody coming back. And isn't that who's gone right now?
That's Danico.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm saying. So, so cut. I mean, you can put a young buck in there for 6. We had a half offensive line all last year, so we cut him. You can put a young guy in there and let him learn the game for 6 games. What's it gonna hurt? And he might even be better.
Right. CJ Henderson, corner.
I haven't really seen a lot from him, so he's probably cut. Even though the guys that he's going to be cut for aren't really better.
Yeah.
They're just healthy.
Cornerbacks are really that's a really hard thing to judge, especially when I feel like we're just barely getting to where we've had some really good cornerbacks, and safeties. Whenever we do get a good one, they leave. Like if we do get a good one, we have them for 1 year and then they don't want to pay them and they leave.
Tyrann Mathieu.
My point exactly.
Yeah.
When somebody comes to my team and already has a nickname, I want to keep them.
Yeah. I feel like with the way that they're using Petrie right now, where he's going to be kind of coming down, playing in the box, playing in the slot, I feel like that kind of frees up your depth pieces there. So like Desmond King would be your backup slot, and then you've got.
I'm not going.
Go
From
ahead.
what I
Okay,
saw with
so
Desmond King, he may not be on the team.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Speaking
That's
the
very
same
possible.
thing. Is he on your list?
Because what's his name? Miles Bryant outplayed him
Yeah.
in the slot.
Yep. Well, I mean, you're probably not wrong on that. But they cut him last year and ended up coming back like a boomerang and ended up playing some pretty meaningful football for us. So, I wouldn't be surprised if he's cut, but
He
I
didn't have
think
no
it's
choice. I'm gonna be honest.
yeah,
He had no choice.
it's true. Eric Murray's safety. We already talked about with Petrie playing that new kind of star position. There's going to be situations where Petrie, Jimmy Ward, and a third safety are on the field all at the same time.
But it's
Now,
Kalen
that's going to
Bullock.
be Kalen Bullock.
It's going to be
Absolutely.
Kalen.
But like Eric Murray is, and what's the other guy's name that I'm forgetting right now?
MJ Stewart.
MJ Stewart. I feel
Oh,
like
God, he's still here too.
Yeah.
I feel like it's got to be one of them going.
Eric Murray's probably still going to be here because I honestly.
Yeah, I'm thinking Eric Murray's gonna be kept.
Yeah, Eric Murray's the actual backup safety.
Okay.
Because he plays both free and strong, and he also even plays some slot as well. So I think his versatility is going to keep him on the team.
Okay.
And who was the guy we drafted last year? They just said he was out for the year. Forgot his name.
Oh, you're right. I did just see that earlier. Oh yeah, so that's gonna make a big difference.
Guy we drafted last year?
Yeah, we actually put him on
Brandon Hill.
Brandon Hill. Thank you. Yeah, we put him on the practice squad last year to stash and hide him, and he was playing pretty good. But
Yep.
injuries.
Staying in the secondary, somebody who's on a 1-year deal, first year with the team, Jeff Okuda. With Singletary or with Stingley and Kamari Lassiter locking down the outside corners, Petrie being the inside guy. In theory, wouldn't be bad to have someone like Okuda be the second team for either the left or the right corner spot.
That guy makes my stomach hurt.
He does. That is accurate.
He's either burnt toast or he's a lockdown corner in the same game.
Yeah.
He'll be both of those guys in the same exact game, and I can't figure it out. This is a guy that runs a 4.3 40. He's big, he's strong, he can tackle, he can do everything you want your cornerback to do and more. He just can't do it every day.
Every rep.
He kind of like a Steven Nelson.
Kind of like a Steven Nelson, but
Kind
not
of
as
like a
old.
Steven Nelson.
Actually,
that was how Steven Nelson. That's how I don't care about that pick six he had. That's how Steven Nelson made me feel that whole playoff game. That's how he made me feel when I went to the Jacksonville game. That is, oh my God, to where he made me feel that way, and people around me were yelling, "Nelson sucks. Why is he still here?" They did that in the playoff game too, because I don't know, he got burnt or something. He got burnt. That's what it was. Yeah. He got burnt multiple times. He was getting burnt by the damn tight end.
Yeah. To bring it back to make it even worse, to just make you think about something, he reminds me so much of early Kareem Jackson. When Kareem was still playing cornerback.
Yep.
And one moment he'd get burnt, the next moment he'd be like, man, that guy might be all right.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, Kareem Jackson. My favorite thing about Kareem Jackson was I thought he could knock somebody's helmet off. That's what I thought. I thought he'd knock your socks off if he hit you. That's the only thing I liked about him. But I hated him, and I'm gonna be honest. It sounds sad to say, but I couldn't stand watching him and Jonathan Joseph get burnt every Sunday. I just couldn't stand it. Every Sunday I watched him get burnt. Like we lost a bunch of games watching both of them get burnt. I don't care. I'm gonna say it. We watched a bunch of games watching them get burnt. It just kept happening. Games that we should have won, lost because these guys are getting burnt. The time.
And that's the whole reason why I say Jeff Okuda is probably a part of this team. I'll take it over Mike Ford and a bunch of other guys that I fail to name right now because they're not important. I'll take Jeff Okudah over them just as long as I don't have to see him start.
Okay. Staying on the defensive side of the ball, rookie linebacker out of Oregon used to be a safety. Now he's a linebacker, Jamal Hill. He's
Practice
young.
squad.
He's athletic.
Practice squad. He needs to be on the practice squad. He looks like a guy that has not been playing linebacker very long.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. We're not doing it. If you want to be honest, I say cut them. We are not the Cowboys.
Oh.
Hey, look, we're not. The Cowboys aren't the only team.
I'm gonna exactly. And you saw how that worked out for them.
Yeah.
I don't want a safety playing linebacker. I'm just being honest.
The Titans drafted James Williams out of the University of Miami. They drafted him as a safety and now have converted him to linebacker. He is 6'4", 235 and runs like a 4.5. It's not shabby.
Coverage linebacker. That's all he's
linebacker for sure. 100%. I think that's what Jamal would bring for us.
Yeah, I think that's their hope for him.
Yeah.
Is to become a coverage linebacker.
Now, I don't think he's ready. I do agree, practice squad. I think he needs a little bit of time to, soak up what it is to be a linebacker in the NFL before they just kind of throw him out there to the dogs. But
that man still needs to learn what it is to be a linebacker in general. He didn't do it in
college. To get ran over.
He's not that light. He's 235.
He gonna get ran over.
We don't have Henry in the division.
Safety going to linebacker. He gonna get ran over. He don't know what it's like to get hit as a linebacker.
Well, with all that being said, Jamal Hill is bigger than Christian Harris.
Yep.
He's bigger than him.
Yep.
Christian Harris is 230, 225. He's fast. But he's
I'm just thinking more of he was a safety before switching the positions and that 2 or 3 guys already hit the guy before they didn't got to you, as opposed to it's not going to be the same. You go be more up on. If they go on him as a coverage linebacker, if that's what they're going to do with him, fine.
Well, with that being said, there's this one other guy. And I know some people might remember, might not. Was one of my favorite players growing up as a kid. Brian Urlacher was a strong safety.
Yep, at New Mexico.
He's a Hall of Famer, and he was a strong safety. So it's worked before. It couldn't hurt to try it with a guy. Was Jamal Hill a 5th or 6th round pick?
Yep.
Oh yeah. No, I don't agree not trying. And like I say, I don't know. I saw what happened with the Cowboys last year, and it just
everything the Cowboys
really
upsets. Wrong. So
I know, but it just upsets your stomach, and you don't want to follow in those footsteps. Like it sounds, I'm not even trying to talk bad on them, but like you don't want to follow in those footsteps, and then you watch this guy get out there and get ran over. It's just
fair. All right, this is the last player. We're going to wrap it up. Okay.
Okay.
It's the only offensive player that I'm going to talk about this evening because we've already kind of talked about everybody else who'd be kind of fringe-ish. But this guy's been with the team for a few years.
No problem. And I'm listening, guys. But I am going to cut I'm going to cut my camera off. But I am still listening because I need to put my shoes on so I can get out of here for work. But I'm listening.
Okay, you're good. Charlie Heck. Charlie Heck, it's a difficult one because he's played some good football for us, but he's hurt so often.
You're going to call that good football?
I mean, some.
He didn't play bad football for us, yeah.
I mean, and when you're looking at a guy who's, not going to be the starter ever unless injuries happen.
Okay, who's my other option?
You got Blake Fisher and Nick Broker.
All of those can go.
Cameron Irving already?
Oh, and Cameron Irving, yeah. Nick Broker is more of a guard, but they did use him at tackle throughout the entire preseason.
Exactly. That's and Charlie Heck's hurt.
Yeah.
If I can stash him on the IR for a little bit just to see keep that roster space, and maybe later on I cut somebody else if Charlie Heck shows me. But I would like to not watch Charlie Heck ever play football again this year. I don't.
Oh God!
Because if Charlie Heck's playing, that means Titus Howard's hurt.
Yep.
Blake
which he
Fisher,
always is.
and
He
Laramie
always
Thompson.
is.
Yeah.
If those three guys are hurt, it's the only reason I should see Charlie Heck play football. And if that has happened,
all hell has broken loose.
Yeah. I'm not going to say we're screwed because CJ's more athletic and can get away from stuff than what we thought, but he's going to have to run for his life.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Look, I think that's a good spot to go ahead and wrap this up. I want to go ahead and thank both of you for taking time out of your evening and your life to come in here and talk Texans ball with me. I want to thank everybody watching. Go ahead and hit the like, subscribe button. Trying to get like 5-10 likes on this episode, and we're trying to hit that 100 subscriber goal before the start of the regular season. So go ahead and help us hit that number, 88 at the time of this recording. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. Please go over to Mass 3 Productions on YouTube. Go check out That Crazy Podcast and Talk on YouTube. And find these guys on Facebook, Instagram, wherever you possibly can. And, do the thing. Hit the button, thumbs up, be good people.
Thank you. Yeah, have a good evening.
Oh, yes, sir. I appreciate you guys.